A boy sat alone on a bus during a school trip eating his chips when a beautiful girl walked past him quietly. The other kids immediately felt eyes on her. Whispers and laughter followed her as fingers began pointing. Confused and hurt, she lowered her head and rushed to her seat, trying to escape the cruel stares of others. Just then the boy stood up. He walked over slowly to where she sat and offered her his bag of salty chips. He gently placed his jacket into her hands and whispered, "Your pants are torn, but do not worry, it happens." Her face turned red with embarrassment, knowing she did not have enough money to buy new pants today. "But it will be cold for you without your jacket," she said, as he smiled calmly and said, "I am the man." When Lena came home, she prepared lunch to bring him to school, but day after day passed, and Marco never appeared. The next week she rushed to her teacher and asked with a shaking voice if she knew where Marco was. The teacher replied quietly that he has been in the hospital for a week because his lungs were badly damaged. "Oh no," Lena whispered. "That is my fault," as she cried and ran out of the school to find him immediately. She sneaked into his hospital room and whispered through her tears that she would give him her own lungs. Suddenly a doctor stopped her and said gently that he has a pneumothorax and it is not her fault. The doctor explained that there was air inside his lungs and he was waiting for a very important surgery. He chose to be with his friends to see the world, maybe for the last time before his big surgery. Lena went home in tears and told her parents everything, but they shouted at her to mind her own business. Lena felt crushed, but her spirit did not break as she decided to visit the parents of other children. She asked for help and she asked for kindness, and within 2 weeks they raised $9,000 for him. Lena returned to the hospital with the money while Marco was in bed recovering after his successful surgery. When he saw her, he smiled and she began to cry as she told him she raised money for his treatment. He was shocked and asked how everyone at school found out, and she said, "They know what you are going through." A few months later, Marco returned to school and he placed the money on the table for everyone to see. He spoke with a steady voice about working after school, selling lemonade to save money for his treatment. "I thought I was alone and nobody would help me, but you all showed humanity, and I thank you for that. But let us use this money to help people who truly need it," as they decided to start something new together. Years later, Lena and Marco started a foundation to help children without parents, and it was truly beautiful. When patients asked why their logo showed torn pants, Marco smiled because they represent mercy, and mercy saves lives. Those pants represent the compassion that started it all, and now they have saved many lives around the world. The legacy of a simple jacket on a school bus continues to change the lives of children everywhere today. Their story reminds us all that even the smallest act of mercy can create a ripple that saves the whole world. For more stories on humanity and compassion, make sure you follow Human After All to witness the change today.